Hello, my dear students. Let's continue with the regular expression chapter. So, in the previous video, I have discussed you how to use the special characters in the part of the regular expression pattern and what does that it is going to impact on the search result. So, the special characters are the question mark, asterisk, and the plus symbol. So, the question mark is going to indicate the minimum of one and the more occurrences. So, for in this example, so WO can be occurred minimum one time and followed by the any number of the times. So similarly is going to happen with the star also. So star is going to define the pattern may occur for the 0 or the more occurrences. So coming to the plus, it is going to match for the 1 or the more with the plus C. Okay, so if you have not able to recall this, so go through the previous video. These all things I have discussed with the exam. So coming to the flower braces that we have used, where we can tell that how many times the patterns can be repeated. So the one way of using the flower brackets for the repetitions of the pattern is you can use a single value into the flower bracket to tell that this pattern is going to repeat for the 3 times here. So in this example, you can also use the two values, naming it as a n and m values in the flower braces to tell that how many times minimum repetitions should be considered and how many times the maximum is to be considered. So this pattern is going to be considered for the range of 3 to 5. That is, it may be considered for the repetition of 3 times, 4 times, and as well as the 5 times. So to this same concept, so how we can define the repetitions with the greedy and the non-greedy matching here. So in this example, you can see here we have defined the pattern HA to be searched for a minimum of 3 repetitions or else up to the 5 repetitions. So in this case, what happens? So whenever you search with this pattern here, so here you can see here HA has been repeated for the 5 times. So in this, if you observe, you have the 3 repetitions as well, you have the 4 repetitions as well, and you have the 5 repetitions as well. But which needs to be resulted here, or which needs to be displayed as a result over here. So if you do not specify anything else, if you take simply only the HA with these pattern to be defined, so in general or else by default it is going to match for the maximum repetitions here, so which is said to be as a greedy way of extracting the search result here. So that's why even though it has the 3 repetitions, 4 repetitions, it is going to search for the 5 repetitions which will be displayed here. So, if you want to put a restriction, or if you want to tell that instead of the maximum repetitions, it has to be matched only with the minimum repetitions here, which is said to be as the non-greedy matching. So, how that can be done, or what kind of the pattern needs to be designed to get the result in that way. So, in that case, you need to define a repetitions in the same pattern, but followed by a question mark in front of the closing flower bracket here. So this tells that this pattern needs to be matched for the minimum repetitions instead of the maximum repetitions, which was the default way of extracting the result. So in this case, here the HA is going to be searched for the pattern with the minimum and the max repetitions. So in the search input string, if you have both the values, that is, if you have the 3 repetitions, even if you have the 4 repetitions, and even if you have the 5 repetitions as well. So if you have taken the question mark over here, then it is going to put a restriction that search result needs to be considered for the 3 repetitions here. So if you see, if you search for the same thing and if you group it, you will get the 3 repetitions as a result, even though if you have the 4 and the 5 repetitions here. So I hope it is clear to you that what is a greedy and non-greedy matching with respect to the repetitions pattern here. So coming to the next concept where we are going to discuss the find all method. So till now what we have seen is we have seen that we are going to define the pattern with the compile method, and then we are going to use a search method to in order to search the pattern within the input string, and then we are going to use a group method in order to extract the matched string here. So this is what the methods that we have followed so far to extract the searched result from the input string. So in the next method, what we are going to do here is, in the next method here, we are going to use the find all method instead of the search. So then first we will see what is the difference between the search method and the find all method here. So the search method will return a match object of the first matched text in the searched string. whereas with contrast to this find all method will return the strings of every match in the search string. So if you have observed, whenever you have used the search method for the input string, so if the input string does contains the more number of the patterns with the matched pattern, so in that case it is going to return only the first match string, whereas the other match strings is not going to be displayed as a result. So in the same way, when you want to extract all the match string from the input string, at the time you can go for using the find all method. So for example, you can see here, when called on a regular expression with no groups such as. So suppose if we consider this as a pattern to be searched. So what is this pattern? 3 digits followed by a hyphen, 3 digits followed by a hyphen, and again the 4 digits. And then if we use the find all method, it is going to return the all possible matched strings that is matched with this pattern here. So the same thing we'll see with the help of an example, then it will be more clear for you here. So here is example you can see here. So as usual, whenever you use the any regular expression methods in your program, make sure that you import a module known as a RE, import RE, or else you'll get an error. So we'll see the difference what happens if you use the search method, and what happens if you are going to use the find all method with the same example here. So in this example, we can see here we have used the compile method to define the pattern. The pattern is going to be 3 digits hyphen 3 digits followed by the 4 digits here. So next we are going to use the search method. To this search method, we are passing this as an input string. So what does this input string contains here? In this input string, you can see here we have the numbers here also, and even we have the same kind of the numbers even at the end of the input string here. So now we'll see what happens if we are going to execute this program. So you can see here search method has been used for this pattern that is defined here, and followed by we have used the group method in order to get the pattern that has been matched with this search method here. So as a next example, you can see here we have used everything same. So all the statements what we have used here is same, but the only difference here is instead of the search method, here we have used the find all method. So we'll see what difference you are going to get when you use the search method and the find all method for the same input string here, right? So as a next example, what we have used here while defining the pattern itself is, instead of simply pattern, we have used the groups here. So I hope you remember what is a grouping. So if you want to extract the particular content from the matched string, at that time you can go for using the grouping, which can be accessed with the respective index value. So the same grouping we have used, and for this grouping pattern again we have applied the find all method here. So let's see what is the result that you may get for all these examples here. So that shows the more clarity, or what is the difference between the find all and the search method here. So let me run this program now. So you can see here, the first search method, in this case this output. So what I have selected here is the output of this search method. The selected value is the output of the search method, or you can say the first example that has been written in this program. So you can see here the input string is cell, followed by the numbers which is defined with this pattern, followed by work, and again you have the same kind of the numbers which is defined here with a pattern. So in this example, you have used the search method. So even though the two values has been matched with this pattern, since you have used the search method, it is only going to get you the result for the first pattern matched here. So first search result is going to be displayed as a result here, in case if you use the search method here. I hope you are getting the point what I'm conveying you here. So in this input string, you have the two values to be matched for the pattern that you have defined. But as a result, if you use the search method, it is only going to give you the first matched value to be displayed as a result here. So we'll see what happens for the same example if we use the find all method here. So here you can see we have the find all method. So for the same input string here. So you can, if you want to observe, you can observe here the input string is same, whereas the pattern defined is same, but the difference here is search method, and here we have used the find all method. So this part, the one which I have selected now, is a result of the find all method. So you can see here the result of the find all method. First thing is it is going to give the result in the form of a list, and you can see here what results you are getting for this find all method. So find all method, as the name indicates, it is going to give you the all the matched values from the input string, whereas with the search method it gives only the first matched value. Okay. So one more example here, where what we have used is we have used the grouping with grouping with the pattern definition and along with using the find all. So in that case, it is going to give you the results with the grouping in the form of a tuples into the list. So you can see here the result is, the find all result is list, but within the list we have the elements as a tuples. And what does each tuple contains? The values that has been grouped with this pattern. So you can see here all the digit values has been grouped, which are going to be separated with each other in the or else in the form of elements to the tuples. Again, these tuples are the elements to the list here. So this is what is the difference between the search method, find all method, and along with also the find all with the grouping concept here. Okay, so let's continue with the further concept here. So character class. So understanding the character class is also going to be the very important concept if you want to write a very efficient regular expression pattern here. So before that, let's understand the few notations that you can use within this character class. So all of you are already familiar with this backslash lowercase letter d, which defines the any single digit from 0 to 9. So similarly, you can also use the backslash uppercase letter D, which tells that the any character that is not a numeric digit from 0 to 9. So that means in the case of the uppercase letter, single character except the digits. So lowercase letter W used with the backslash here. So it tells any letter, numeric digit, or even the underscore character. So any letter from the A to Z, a numeric digit also can be considered, and even a one more special character that can be used with this slash W is the underscore here. So similarly, slash capital W is going to be the exactly contrast to this here. So any character that is not a letter, a numeric digit, or the underscore. So apart from what has been defined with this lowercase w, so except these things, you can use the slash capital W, which is going to match everything apart from these things here. So similarly, slash small s is any space. So the space may be a simple space bar, tabular space, or even a new line character. So similarly, capital S means except all these things, anything can be matched with the capital S here. So let's see how this can be used and how you can define your own character class. So making your own character classes here. So as an example, you can see here, do remember here that if you want to define a character class in the regular expression pattern, the character class needs to be included within the square brackets. So the syntax to be followed for defining the character class is the square brackets. And whatever you are going to define here, that is going to be considered for the match of the any number of the values that you are going to take here in the square bracket here. So in this example, you can see here we have taken lowercase a, e, I, o, u, and even the uppercase a, e, I, o, u. So this example, which has been included within the square bracket, will match any vowel or the with the upper and the lowercase letters. So that means all the letters that has been defined here will be considered for the pattern matching here. So we'll see with an example now. So here we have the many examples to define or else to explain you the all the possible character classes or the all the possible ways that you can use for defining the character classes here. So as usual, you are going to import the model known as a regular expression, and then here you can see here we have defined a pattern. So which we have just now discussed, that is the oval. So that means the pattern is here. You can see the pattern or the set of the characters that we want to be matched has been included within the square bracket, which tells that the any of these values can be considered for the matching here. So in the next case, you can see here within the print itself, we have directly taken this object dot find all, and this is the input string that has been taken here. So this example, what it is going to do here is, this is the pattern. That means all these characters are going to be searched from this input string, and wherever it is going to match with the all these values, either it may be the single A, E, I, O. See, don't be confused with the earlier examples where it is going to match for the all the values that we have taken, but here we have taken it in this character class, which tells that any one of these values needs to be considered for the matching here. Okay, so let me show along with the result, then it will be more clear for you here. Okay, so do concentrate on the output what I'm explaining here. So the first value that I have highlighted here is the result of this function here. So what does you are going to get? As I told you, the find all is going to give you the result in the form of a list. So that's why you are able to see the result in the square brackets here. So what are the contents of this list is all the matched characters or the extracted values which is going to match against the all the letters taken here. So you can see here, that means it is going to match even for the A, wherever A is going to be occurred, that kinds of A is going to be taken here. So no matter even if we have the repetitions of all these values within this input string here. Okay, so I hope it is clear to you. So with this first example, within this input string, you will be able to extract the all the letters that is going to be matched against the characters that you have taken within this character class here. So similarly, let's see what has been done here in this example. So here is the one way that we have taken with the compile method, where we have defined the ovals to be matched as a pattern within the character class. So in the next example, what we have done here, the same example has been taken, but the only difference here is within the square bracket we have taken the cap symbol before we take the uh, letters to be matched for the string here. So now what is the significance of using this cap symbol, or you can see the caret symbol here? So what does this is going to do is, it is going to operate as a negation over here if you use the cap symbol within the square bracket. So may I'm repeatedly telling you, the cap symbol, if you use, have the different meaning within the square bracket, and if you use it for the simple regular expression, that also have the different meaning over there. So do concentrate here with this cap symbol has been included within the square bracket, which is going to behave as a negation to this set of characters here. That means the matching is done except these characters here. In this case, the matching is done only with these characters, but here in this case, the matching is done except these characters. That means within this input string, it is going to match for the all the letters except what we have defined here as the pattern. That means it is not going to include A, E, I, O, U, both with the upper and the lower case. So if you see the result, so this is the result of the example what I'm speaking of. You see the result, you are getting the all the consonants here. That means all the letters except from the vowels. Even if the space you have the space, even that is also extracted. If you have the dot symbol, even that is also accepted. So the meaning here is, except these set of characters, the rest of the everything from this input string will be extracted. Okay. So now we'll see the same cap symbol. What happens if you use it with the input string here, or if you use it for the normal regular expression without the character class here. So you can see here the caret and the dollar symbols, so both have the different significance of using them along with the regular expression pattern here. So you can see here in this example we have taken re dot compile. So what the pattern that we have defined here is the word itself, that is hello word, but it is preceded with the cap symbol. See, do concentrate here, the cap symbol that is used within the character class is different, and the cap symbol that you are using with a normal regular expression is going to different. So if you use this cap with a normal regular expression, so it tells that this hello needs to be matched with the beginning of the input string. So this pattern, whatever the pattern that you are going to define here, this pattern needs to be matched only with the beginning of the pattern here. So for example, you can see here. So that means it needs to be included before the pattern itself. So in this example, you can see here, print begins with hello dot search hello world here. So what we are trying to do here is we are trying to pass this as an input string in which we want to match this string, but this pattern needs to appear only at the beginning of the input string. So we have taken the both the cases here. In the next example, you can see here for the same pattern, we have taken the input string as he said hello, in which the hello is going to appear at the last here. So in the both the cases, we'll see what result we are going to get here. So you can see here caret and the dollar sign characters use. This is a simple message that I have taken. So in the first case, you can see here the match is successful. That's why it is showing you it as a match is equal to hello. In the second case, this example here, you have the hello. Just allow me to make this some correction. So we are matching with a capital H, right? So we'll see once again. We'll run it.